Are you wondering how to create a marketing campaign with the help of ChatGPT? Well, you are not the first one. ChatGPT has certainly made our lives very easy, and today we are going to share how you can create a full marketing campaign using ChatGPT. Hi, this is Ruhee, founder of a successful marketing agency, Eventum Marketing, and today I share tips on how you can actually start creating a marketing campaign through ChatGPT. So let's move forward. So is it really possible that today a robot can replace humans and create a marketing campaign? Yes, and that's what we have demonstrated in this full video. So while we are creating a marketing campaign, we realized it will create a marketing copy. It will help us create a social media post. It will also help us create some blogs post. Finally, it moves on into the SMS campaigns, the reach out campaigns, and lastly is your sales copy. Isn't that so amazing that today through ChatGPT you can actually cover the whole panoramic system of covering all these places. This is possible only by using a certain ChatGPT rules. Rule number 1 says that it is only possible if you are limiting it to text. It does not take in the images, your landing pages and the other images for social media. For that you have to use other AI tool. The rule number 2 actually moves on further and it talks about how ChatGPT is taking in information and possibly it is not authenticated before 2021. So make sure that whatever information it is gathering, it is well researched and you are putting forth only the facts which are available. So do your research well before you go ahead and put any information over there. The third most important thing is whatever answers you're looking for is directly proportional to the kind of questions you're asking. So remember, the more clear your questions are, the more clear your answers would be. So try to make it directly proportional and try to be very precise. And the fourth thing is, go ahead and use those prompts. I'm going to demonstrate an example in this video how prompts also works for ChatGPT in creating that perfect marketing campaign. But before I move further, let me first demonstrate an example of a prompt. How a prompt would work is, so I go to ChatGPT and I say write me a kind of a text. That is, it gives the style and the tone, highlighting, and it gives you the characteristics. Let's take it to a live example of a case study of say I have to do sales of an e-commerce. Now rather than writing on my particular platform, create a sales copy or create a Facebook ad strategy for an artificial jewelry, this is what it will actually start creating. But I would say yes, there are some missing elements. How about making it more generic and I use the prompts over there? Now, if I was to use a prompt over there, it will kind of move like this. Write a case study or it could be write a Facebook ad that is conversational and fun, highlighting the usage of artificial jewelry for the youth. And this is what the ChatGPT is going to show us when we start working on it. Isn't that so awesome that if I'm using the prompts, it is giving me some very relatable answers, which is actually moving more precise. Now, I can also further move into something which can be more simplistic. I can go and say, can you also create a target audience for me? Now, target audience can be very generic. It can be the youth, it can be the middle people, or it also could be people who are retired. So I can go and say, create a Facebook ad which is targeted at the youth as the pricing of this is priced at $2. So this is what ChatGPT now shows me in terms of the ad. I have moved into the target audience and we have dwelled further over there. Further, I can also give prompts over there which can be make it simple, make it conversational, make it funny, make it short, make it long, depending on the kind of ad campaign we want to create for our target audience. So finally, if I want to use the prompt over here, which can be make it a funny and a hilarious one, possibly this is what the ChatGPT is going to show me. Well, this sounds good and possibly this is what I can go ahead with as an ad copy and start using it. But wait, my images are not done yet. All I have is the ad copy. How do I go about using the images? For that, I will have to pause ChatGPT for a while over here and possibly move out into the AI tools. ChatGPT, as I said earlier, is very limited in terms of the images. It is only text related. So for images and for creating some kind of a post, carousels, or even videos, I will have to move out of this functionality. And for that, we move on into this AI tool called DALL-E 2. Now, this is a very powerful tool which will help me create images. All I need to go and is give a very precise image what I am looking for. So, for example, I am looking for an image of creating a young person buying jewelry, or it could be a young person sitting and browsing through the e-commerces trying to figure out what jewelry to buy. It will actually start giving me similar images. I can further move and also dwell over here and see if I want to move into 3D animations or I wanted to kind of have a cartoon look. It will give me different kind of phases over here. So that's the beauty of this particular software, which will help us create some images. Go ahead and select the images which is well suited for you and start using it as your ad copy. Now we step out of this AI tool and let's come back to a ChatGPT. Now we need to move to the sales page. How do I create a good sales page? A great sales page is curated when we have the content ready. It could be in terms of creating a video script. It could be in terms of creating some blogs. It could also be in terms of creating that awesome email campaign. But wait, how do I do this? Well, I can just go and say create a great sales pitch over here or create a great sales copy over here for the artificial jewelry which we are going to sell. And this is what ChatGPT is going to show me over there. Now coming forward, I know exactly that ChatGPT is going to give me the results. So if I'm not happy with the sales copy, I can actually tweak it. I may want it more simpler. I may want it more quirky. I may want it more conversational. So if I go and say that create a sales copy of 500 words, this is what I would get. Or rather, I would say keep it short and keep it to just about 100 words. This is what exactly I would get. That is the beauty. You can tweak it because end of the day, you have to remember that ChatGPT is a machine. It's a robot. It will only give to what you are going to ask out of it. So the sales copy can be done. Now that we have created this awesome marketing campaign, how about now moving on into the blogs, the social media and the email campaigns? For that, I need to go and give few prompts again to ChatGPT so that it responds as per the directions given to it. Now, what are the kind of inputs I could be giving over there? The first input could be that write a blog on the usage of artificial jewelry or how to style artificial jewelry in 500 words. And voila, this is what I get. Further, I could also move further and say, create a social media post for Instagram, Facebook on the same content. And it will shorten it and it will create the content copy, and possibly you could again go and use images from various AI tools as suggested earlier in this video. How about creating an email campaign out of the same content? Let me go and type something interesting on ChatGPT. Now in ChatGPT, I could go and say, write an interesting email campaign for buying artificial jewelry with an interesting header. This is again what I could get. I could further go and prompt it to write it in a very simple language, or I could go and say, how about creating something which is more engaging so that my audience comes back with a call to action. Isn't that so marvelous that ChatGPT is completely customizing the content as per the requirement? So here we have covered all this. I can now move on to my last step, which is about creating the SMS campaigns. I want to reach out to more people. I want to amplify. So I can go and say that out of the content created in 50 words, create an SMS campaign, which will have a call to action and take people to the e-commerce website so that people are compelled to go and click and see the jewelry or rather buy it from there. So this is what I would get when I write the same prompt over there. This is how the content has been created. Now I move on to my last stage, which is about creating the sales copy. So wait, this is how we have created the awesome content in various formats. But wait, that's more. Okay, I'm not just kind of kidding over here. I know it's a big ocean and ChatGPT can be tweaked to as long as you want it and to how refined you want to create it. But supposing I want to sell to an international audience and I want that my international jewelry is possibly reaching out to the Middle East market or reaching out to the European market. How about having my ad copy in German? and this is how it would come. How about having my ad copy in French? This is how it would come. So this is how it would do. It would just translate into the international language what you're looking for, and you can create an ad campaign which is going to sell in these various countries. That's the beauty which it can create, and it can be translated in various languages. As I sum up, my whole marketing and my sales copy is ready. And now all I need to do is organically start selling my product, or even I could go in for paid ads. If you have liked this stuff, you should actually watch my next video where we are going to give more case studies of how various products are being used by Chatgpt and how you can customize your entire marketing strategy using the Chatgpt tool. But remember, end of the day, it's a robot and it is kind of acting to what kind of an input you are giving to it. So make sure that your input is very precise and you are going to get an outcome on that basis. So all the best and start exploring with Chatgpt. And this is Digital Ruhee signing off.